Today I'm going to be talking about Odyssey. Odyssey is a coin with a lot of really good big investors behind it, along with a really good plan on what they're going to do in the future. But this coin has been far overlooked because of its very low price. Yet, in my opinion, I think this coin has huge potential. So before we get into this video, I do just want to say I was not paid by Odyssey in any way. I found this coin on my own. Other than that, I just want to say I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research for this type of stuff, but hopefully this will educate you on what Odyssey is. So let's get into what Odyssey is and what its goal is in terms of the cryptocurrency market. What they're really targeting in this cryptocurrency is the global sharing economy and peer-to-peer ecosystem. So an example of this would be Uber or Airbnb, these services where you're connecting two users and offering a payment option in order for one of the users to make money and one of the users to receive a service. So this is really the area that they're looking to improve by the use of AI, data, smart contracts, blockchain to make everything faster, easier to use, and really just be the future of sharing of the entire sharing economy. Now I'm going to talk about why I think, the price is extremely low for what it is currently. So first off, let's look at it on CoinMarketCap. Here we have it on CoinMarketCap. As you can see, it is the 331st market cap. So obviously it's a very small coin, very low market cap. And if we do look here in the past, after its ICO, I think it did open, I think the ICO was selling for around 2 cents. And after it did come out, we did see it, pump all the way up to 10 cents. So that was a huge profit for the people who participated in the ICO. And as expected, after the ICO went so high, everyone who was holding it sold it off. And so that's why we saw the price decline. But that's just generally what happened so far. So I think there's a lot of movement that's able to happen because nothing has really moved with this coin since it's come out onto the market aside from its ICO. And I think there's so many places it could go. So first off, let's look at the exchanges currently on. So as we can see, Huobi is the current highest volume exchange that it's listed on. As you can see, this coin actually has extremely high volume. At least today it has extremely high volume with 2,259 Bitcoin volume, which is almost equivalent to its entire market cap. So that's extremely crazy, the amount of volume it's getting. So here we have all the exchanges. The only big ones really are Huobi and KuCoin. And I guess Gate.io has pretty high volume today. But it's on some pretty decent exchanges. But something that's even cooler here, if we do look at the Binance white paper. So this is the Binance white paper. These are the investors and advisors for Binance. Now, if we go over to Odyssey and we look at the advisory team, you will notice something that Mr. Chandler Gu is not only on the Binance advisory team, but also on the Odyssey advisory team. So already, they're starting to form connections to Binance, which is a very big exchange, which is not listed on yet. So there's a potential for movement. We have a connection to Binance. I think whenever you're an advisor in Binance, as you can see here, there aren't too many advisors, and most of them are pretty high up. So I think people like this would be able to, make some moves to eventually get it listed onto Binance, which would cause the price to increase substantially, which would be very, very good for this coin. Now, something else that's very interesting is that we actually do have the Tron creator as an advisor for Odyssey. If you guys don't know, Tron is a top 10 coin, one of the biggest cryptocurrencies. It has seen massive gains through pumping because of news, and they're very good marketing. So they've done amazing marketing. I'm sure everyone here has heard about Tron, and I think the fact that they also have the Tron creator as an advisor is extremely, extremely good. And so we already have those two connections right there, two major investors. And then we also have Quantum are also investors in Odyssey. So, there's some really good investors in this. There's a connection to Binance. And then we have what the actual coin does itself, which is really, really cool. So here's an example of one place where it's already being used. It is already being used on Obike. If you guys don't know what Obike is a bike sharing system where in certain cities you have bikes that you can just rent and pick up, and they accept Odyssey, which is already huge. That's already 10 million users. You know, even if only like 3% of the users use Odyssey, that's already huge in terms of the use case. And we're just going to keep seeing things like this come to this coin because of all the people they have behind it. They have very, very large investors with very, very minimal movement currently, which is very, very big. And something else that they are also used on is a company in Asia called Grab. And if you guys haven't heard of Grab, it's basically the Asian version of Uber, and they're actually bigger than Uber themselves. So already they have Obike and Grab, which is the Asian version of Uber, with over 40 million users on Grab and 10 million users on Obike. So there's already two huge use cases. And you know, really, this currency just has so much potential, in my opinion. Like they say in this article, they are actually moving some people into the US, which, you know, obviously makes you think they could eventually look for partnerships in Airbnb, Uber, Lyft, and huge companies. You know, this whole service sharing industry, I think, is going to be really, really huge as we get into more and more people becoming freelancers and that sort of thing. So I think this coin could have a huge use case for that. And so not only does it have a good use case, it has good advisory team and big institutional investors, and that's why I think Odyssey will be a very successful coin in 2018, and hopefully we can see very, very large gains on it. Once again, I do want to say I'm not a financial advisor. I just want to shed some light on a coin that I find to be extremely undervalued, and hopefully it will be able to make us some money in 2018. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. You know, obviously maybe follow their Twitter, do some research on it, because I think if they do start to see some more partnerships come, we could see this coin move into the top 100. There's so much exciting stuff in cryptocurrency, and see you guys in the next video.